What is CTC Math? This is the question I get all the time when I share with other homeschool moms that this is what we use. And I think more people should know about it. So today I'm gonna walk you through an actual lesson with me so you can see how I assign lessons to my kids, what exactly CTC Math is, and just a little bit of what you can do with it. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know me, I'm Sara, and I love sharing tips and resources with homeschool moms here and on my blog, Blessed Homeschool. Please consider subscribing if you like this video and don't want to miss out on future content. We began using CTC Math last year, and there is a lot I could share with you about it, but this video is just going to be a brief overview and me giving you a look at what the lessons look like. So even if you love math, like me, teaching it to multiple kids in your homeschool at all different levels, along with every other subject and every other activity you might have going on, can pose many challenges. And if you dislike math, well, it can be difficult not to pass that mindset to your kids. The great thing about homeschooling is that you don't have to do it all. To give your kids a great math education doesn't mean that you have to be a modern day Euclid, Pythagoras, or Archimedes. You're allowed to delegate, especially subjects that might not be your strongest. And using an online math curriculum might be the answer to helping you foster a positive attitude towards math in your kids and helping them find success. So what is CTC Math? CTC Math is a full curriculum that specializes in providing short, clear, and concise online video tutorials, adaptive, interactive questions, and amazing reporting features. With CTC Math, you get access to all grades and lessons with one subscription. This means that all of your kids, K through 12, can learn at their own pace and switch between levels easily as they progress. Their work is automatically graded and recorded, taking one more thing off your plate. Easiest way to show you how it works is to actually show you an example of the parent dashboard and a sample lesson. So let me show you my screen and give you an inside look. All right, so I'm logged into my CTC Math dashboard right here. You can see on the left, it shows all the latest tasks, so different activity of your kids, expired assignments, and any assignments that are upcoming. You've got all your students on the right, and then the different activity is shown on the left. You can see when they have logged in, what they did, and any types of awards that they have won. And then you've also got weekly reports. So that's all on your dashboard. And what I did is I created a new student as myself, just so I could show you guys how to set some of this stuff up and it wouldn't mess with any of my kids' things. So you can see really easily what their grades are, their overall grade. You can log in as your student, view their profile. You can see who is currently logged in and working, things like that. So first thing I'm going to do is set up a task. And you can either assign work to your students or you can allow them to log in and kind of just work through whatever grade level that they are at. And there is a lot in this program. I'm just going to show you guys some basics and take you through a lesson right now. So let's say I want to add a new task, and this is where you can set the date. So I can say I want it to start on this day and it's due at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And we're going to call this, I had a friend tell me her son was studying fractions, so we're just going to do a lesson on fractions. I'm going to show you guys what that is. I'm going to add recipients, and I'm going to select myself, and then for lessons. Okay, so when you assign a lesson, this says for lessons with both online questions and a worksheet, direct the students to complete either, so they can choose, or if they want online questions or a worksheet. So you can print out worksheets if you prefer to do the work on paper, or if your student prefers that, you can print out worksheets for these. We've typically done a lot of stuff online, and then I have my kids write in a notebook as they do their work. And then we have right here, student needs to attempt all questions and reach their pass grade to complete the lesson, or your student just needs to attempt the questions to complete the lesson. I usually leave this one selected, and that ensures that if they miss something, they've got to go back, they have to redo it, they have to work to that mastery. So here is where we search. Let's just search for fractions and see what pops up. Okay, so this is searching within all courses. and we've got lots of different options. So you have all levels from kindergarten through calculus, and then it even breaks down, you know, when you select a course, it'll break down by streams and by topics. So let's just say we want to do fourth grade. Let's just select fractions for an example. And before you actually assign the task, if you select a lesson, it will show you what the video is, what the questions are, and what the summary is, and give you a direct link to that lesson. So let's just see if I copy that and go to a new task or a new tab, and I paste that in. It's going to tell me I'm viewing the student program. So I'm viewing this as a student right now, but it's going to show you what the lesson will be, the lesson video, and it'll even let you preview what the questions are. But we're actually going to go through the lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and save this task. And again, there's a lot more that you can assign here. You can assign diagnostic tests. That's what I was having my son work on this morning, working kind of a lesson ahead. I wanted him to take a test to see if he knew any of the material yet, and if not, we were going to go through and do that lesson. So you can assign diagnostic tests or create your own question banks. That's for another chat or for you to explore. So let's save this task. Okay, so this has been assigned. All right, so if I go to my home screen and then let me go down to here, and I'm going to hit login as Sara. So now I'm going to my student view. Okay, so when I, as a student, this fake student account that I've set up, when I log in, this is what I would see. And I can change some things in here. I can change the theme color. I know my son has a nice blue theme set up. I can change it to purple if I want to, create your own theme. So it's kind of nice. You can set up your own color. I really like pink, so why don't we do a pink? And then it tells me your pass mark is 80%. I must achieve at least 80% in order to pass each lesson. You can make as many attempts as you need to achieve your pass mark. Okay, so, oh, and this is kind of fun. They have confetti animation when you get through and pass your lesson. So when I log in, I'm gonna see if I have assigned tasks to my kids, they will see this bubble here that they have tasks assigned. Now again, you could just have your students go through and pick which lesson they're working on. So I could go into fourth grade and I could select a different one, but then you have to be really specific and tell your kids what you want them to do or what you want them to work through. That is totally fine. So far, I've been assigning the tasks. So when I click on tasks, it'll go in here and it'll tell me that I've got an active task. It's due in 23 hours and it's fractions. So all I have to do is click on this. All right, it tells me where I'm at in completion, exactly when it's due, and that I have not attempted it, and it requires that I reach a pass grade of 80% in order to pass it. So I'm going to take you guys through and we're actually going to do this lesson together. So I'm going to show you the video. You can skip through that if you want to, but I'll show you what it's like so you can actually see a lesson, see the questions, and how that's going to work. So let's hit start task.
In this lesson, we look at fractions. A fraction is a part of a whole or a part of a group of things. That's important to remember. Now, 3 over 4. Okay, that's 3/4. Now that means 3 parts of 4 equal parts. It's very important, the idea of equal. Let me show you this. Let's say this diagram here. We can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. It's broken up into 4 equal parts. So we can see that 3 of those are shaded. So that's why it's 3/4. What about this diagram? Well, there's 3 parts there shaded out of 4, but there's a problem. Let's see why. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are 4 parts there, but they're not equal. So it's not 3/4. The reason being, because we're dealing with unequal parts. Now, 3 over 4, okay, 3/4. Let's see what each part means. Let's write that down. The top number, the 3, is known as the numerator. The bottom number, the 4, is known as the denominator. So you need to know those two terms, numerator for the top, denominator for the bottom number. Let's look at some examples. What fraction is shaded? In part A, we have a circle split up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 equal pieces, so it's going to be out of 8, all right, over 8. Now, how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the top number, the numerator, is 5. 5 over 8. We say that as 5/8. Our next example there, we've got a rectangle here split up into 1, 2, 3 equal parts. So it's going to be over 3. Okay, 3 will be the denominator, the bottom number. And simply we have one of them shaded. So it's going to be 1 over 3. And that is said as 1/3. Our next one, another rectangle, this time split up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal pieces. All right, so it's over 6. And how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 are shaded out of 6, 5 over 6. We say that as 5/6. And next one, we have a circle. Now, how many equal parts are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so it'll be over 9. Okay, 9 is the denominator. What will be the numerator? Well, how many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's write 4 as our numerator. So 4 over 9 we say as 4/9. And now, our final example, a lot of bears here, okay, a few different coloured ones. The question is, what fraction of the group are blue bears? What fraction of the group are blue? Okay, well, let's count out how many bears we've got to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 bears, so we're going to write over 10, okay? It's out of 10. Now, we're interested in the blue bears. Well, how many have we got there? 1, 2, 3. So the fraction is 3 over 10, and we can say that as 3/10. Excellent. Well, that concludes the lesson. Good luck with your questions.
All right, so after the video, and they're all pretty short, this one was 4 minutes. After that, you would click over to the questions, and let's go through some questions. So start questions. See how well we learn fractions. Okay, so as we go through, you've got a progress bar at the top, and then you're going to see that you earn stars actually as you work towards mastery. So let's go through and answer some questions and see, so I can show you guys how it all works. So we've got here, and submit. It'll tell you right away if you get it right. So it self-grades for you. All right, so the progress bar is moving, and then it's also moving towards mastery. Okay, so we've got 1 star that we've earned. Now let me show you, let's see what happens if we get one wrong. So let's say 6 over 8. Okay, so it'll tell me that I got one wrong. It'll tell me what the right answer is, so I can go back and look and see. And then you'll also notice it didn't take away the star, but I think it went back 1 bar on my mastery. And then another thing to point out is they do have this button here, so
what fraction is shown?
If I want to hear the questions read to me, I can hit that button. Okay, so let's try the next one. All right, so we've made more progress. We've got another box checked on our mastery. So there's quite a few problems to practice to make sure we've got this concept down. Okay, so we're almost done with our progress bar. We've still got a little bit to go to mastery. So I just want to show you guys what happens. Okay, so I just completed my progress bar. I wasn't quite at what they consider mastery yet. So you've successfully completed this lesson, got a 90%. We missed that one problem. And then it tells me that I can reach mastery by completing more questions. So I can earn more stars, and I think that gets calculated into your grade as well. So I can either do more questions, which is usually what I ask my kids to do, or continue to the next lesson. So my kids really like to earn those stars and earn that mastery. So I'm going to click on more questions just to show you guys. And again, so here, let's say I make a mistake and I get another one wrong. Okay, so again, it shows me the wrong answer, and then it moves me back on my mastery bar. So it's going to give me, if I'm missing a problem, it's going to give me more questions to do to show that I've truly mastered the concept. Earned my last star. So mastery has been completed. Great work, confetti. You mastered this lesson. I love it. That's really fun. So finish the remaining questions then to receive a grade. So according to this, I've shown that I understand the concept. I've mastered it. I've answered enough questions correctly. It's still going to ask me to continue to receive a grade for this. All right, so finish the lesson. 90%, you successfully completed it. You can generate a report, ask even more questions if you wanted to do more, or continue to the next lesson, which would just take you to the next lesson in that strand. So if I click generate report, let's see what you get. Okay, so this report, I could download it as a PDF, I could print it. It will show me the lesson and what my grade was. It'll show me the problems that I got wrong, and things like that. So I don't make my kids download this each time, but it's certainly something that you could do if you wanted to have that for your records. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I want to log back in as a parent so you can see what it looks like from my end. And if I go back while I'm still in this account, if I go to my tasks, it'll tell me that I have no active tasks and that bubble went away. So I know that I've completed my assignment, and it'll show me also what I've recently completed. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out, and then I'm going to sign back in as a parent. Okay, so I'm back to my parent dashboard right here. And just so you guys can see the reporting, here's the lesson that I just did. It shows up that I completed the fractions lesson. And if I go down, it'll even show me the activity. So 13 minutes ago, I signed in, I viewed fractions, I got a 90%, I mastered the lesson, and then I signed out. So even, I have to keep track of my kids' time that they spend. So this gives me a really good record of how long I spent doing that one lesson. And again, the lessons are pretty short, so you can go in and you can assign a certain number of lessons to your kids. For each day, you can assign them. I usually do a few lessons for the week, and then they need to make sure they have them completed by the time the week is done. Or you can say, hey, you've got 30 minutes on math today. Go in and knock out as many lessons as you're able to, and kind of just progress through whatever level you're working at. And with CTC Math, you have all of the grade levels for all of your kids with one membership fee. So they can be moving fluidly, through between different grades. If they need to go back and work on things that they haven't mastered, you have access to everything. So when I scroll down and I look at my quick view over here, it shows me that this is my overall grade. So 90%, I've completed one lesson. And then I can even view my profile and this will show me there's a lot of different reports that you can take a look at. So if I go into here and I look at, I think that was a 4th grade lesson we just did. So if I knew that I had a child working in 4th grade, I could go down here and see specifically what they did. It'll show me their grade, their first attempt grade, the highest attempt, how many attempts they did, how many it took to pass, and if they reached the mastery and when they passed it. And it'll show you that for every lesson. The summary, again, I only have one lesson in there, so it's really not that impressive, but a summary, if I was looking at the whole course of 4th grade, it would show me a summary for every topic in 4th grade. So I've only done the one of them, but that would give you that summary report. And then right here, this will show you a report of the different tasks that were done. Okay, so you have lots of different reporting options here. And you can also go into, when you assign diagnostic tests, which I didn't show you that on this video, but you can go in and even see if your child has taken a diagnostic test, you can see exactly what they struggled with and what you might need to assign. So for example, I had my son do a diagnostic test this morning. Let me just show you what that looks like. So if I go here and I go into individual results, diagnostic tests, I believe it was a 5th grade one. Okay, so this is what he did today. So a diagnostic test for units of measure. These were past ones that he had taken, and since he didn't score so well, we went back and we did some lessons, or I'm going to assign some lessons on those. Same with the units of measure. So what I can see is, okay, he took a test. He hasn't really studied this yet, so he took a test, and if I look at the report, it's going to show me exactly what he had trouble with. So comparing units of length, US customary units, 3 out of 3 correct. Same with tons. He understands those. But there are some sections that he doesn't know yet. He doesn't understand. So this lets me know that I can go in and I can assign to him this week each of these specific lessons that he is having trouble with, and he's going to go in, he's going to have a video, he's going to have those questions over those lessons, and then I can assign him, I can either do the diagnostic test again, or I can create my own question bank to see if he is understanding that topic. So I did just want to show you that it's a great feature. There's so much that you can do with this. And I really, with this video, just wanted to kind of take you through a lesson so you could see what it is like. And that's pretty much it. So I hope that this helps you see what you can do with CTC Math and what it's like when you actually get in and are assigning lessons, looking at reports, and things like that. I hope this glimpse gives you just a bit more understanding about what CTC Math is, at least enough to decide whether or not you want to look into this more as an option for your homeschool. One other thing that I also wanted to mention about the questions that you see after the video lesson. This is just another thing that I like about CTC Math. These are adaptive questions. What this means is that those questions will change in difficulty depending on the student's ability. CTC Math has a smart algorithm that will track your child's progress and deliver questions based on their needs, helping them to build confidence and master concepts. I mentioned that you can buy an entire family membership with CTC Math that covers all topics for all of your kids. They offer a half-price discount for homeschoolers, so it's a very reasonable price for all of your math curriculum. I'm going to drop a link in the description so you can check this out. You also get a 12-month money-back guarantee if it's not working for you, so there's not much to lose. There's a lot more I could say about CTC Math, so I want to hear from you in the comments. If there's something else you want to know or something else you'd like to see in a video, let me know and I'm happy to help. And don't forget to like this video if it's helpful to you and subscribe to my channel for more homeschool tips, resources, and reviews. See you next time.